Meet Will and Tom, two seemingly ordinary men, cursed with a gift of vast knowledge that is forever expanding. Possessing incredible insight with unparalleled skills and expertise. Let us join them as they embark on a journey to quench their thirst for the truth while answering the questions to life's most intriguing mysteries. Let us open our minds and ask, dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? The Draft Royale.
Holy murder.
Sidekicks edition.
Sidekick Scuffle.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Tom Case.
This is William Stark.
Will, we have a fun one today because this whole episode is going to be a draft royale.
Or whatever those drums were like. I actually don't know what the drums sound
Actually,
like.
you're very close.
Oh, was I?
But
Nice.
I'm going to leave that in, and then I'm going to put the actual drum sound after.
You should just loop what I did, and that should be the drums.
That would be funny, actually. The Draft Royale.
Okay, so we're doing Draft Royale. For those of you who are unfamiliar, may not have heard, we've done it two times so far, right?
We've done it. Yeah, I think
it's twice.
Yeah.
So in a Draft Royale, Tom and I draft characters or people from a specific topic or subject, and we build a gladiatorial team, and we pit them against each other in a gladiator's arena. We explain why we think our teams would win, and you guys decide in the comments and in the reviews who you think won.
Yes, and I do think we'll probably have what was the name? What is it? Straw poll?
Yeah, we'll have a straw poll. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's how we did the last one.
That's how we did the last one. We'll have a link for all you lucky listeners to click and see who you think would win between Team Will or Team Tom.
And I believe our first two were actually, funnily enough, they were really grounded in the world of the real in a way, because we did the Heroes of History for the first one, and then we did the President's Day edition.
Yeah, President's Day editions.
But today we're doing something very different. We are doing.
Before we go, you're right, but I just want to say something here. We are right now. I should say not Team Will, not Team Tom. It's Team William and Team Thomas.
True,
right?
True.
We're 1-1.
We are 1-1.
So this is the rubber match right here to see who pulls ahead in the winnings.
Yeah, I guess we'll see who it is. Do you want to tell the audience what the topic or subject or pool of people will be pulling from?
Yes, actually, I did interrupt you there. What you were about to say is this time it's actually fictional characters. And it's only sidekicks from the Marvel or DC universes. So it can't be major superheroes. It's only going to be...
Can it be sidekicks from other comics? Or other...
Yeah,
or what about
I
movies?
guess so. It could... Well, I think I'm going to stick with comics, but like...
Okay, comics.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. They're all from the DC or Marvel universe for
Oh,
my
okay.
picks. But I didn't know that we had that stipulation going in.
I only said that because of the fact that that's all I picked too. But like, I guess you're right. I do want to stick in the genre of comic books. But
does Spawn have a sidekick?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I was thinking, okay, what other comic book, are out there other than Marvel and DC? There's quite a lot. I don't know a lot of those ones, but then here are the parameters though.
Okay.
So the parameters of picking these teams is that the picks, they must be like actual sidekicks. And it must be from when they were sidekicks. So I'm going to give an example. If you were to pick Robin, you have to pick when he was Robin, not who he is now. Not the Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah.
If you were to pick Dick Grayson, it would have to be from when he was Robin and not Nightwing right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, that means they're, a little less experienced. They're younger.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, but that's basically going to be the parameter.
I think we have one more parameter in that you can't pick two people from the same franchise.
Oh, that's right.
So you can't pick like one of the Robins and then also Batgirl. Like you can't have two of the Bat family. You can only have one of the Bat family.
Yeah.
So they all have to be from different franchises.
And then stipulations of the actual rules for the draft royale is that me and Will we're gonna pick. We're gonna randomly roll right now to see who goes first.
Oh wait, there was another stipulation.
Oh yeah, what was it?
That they have to be actual sidekicks. Like for instance, it can't be like Supergirl doesn't count because she is her own hero.
Okay, I mean, yeah, okay.
And there's zero difference between her, like, as a sidekick and as a hero. You know what I mean?
I did agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I wonder now, like with some of my picks, if you're going to view them as similar to her.
We'll
because
talk
of the fact,
about it.
Yeah. So we'll see, because like I did kind of find that the only reason I agreed with the Supergirl one though was because I don't remember specifically her before she became Supergirl, right? When Clark was basically, like teaching her the ropes. Mm-hmm. I don't remember her like actively going with them and fighting fighting crime. You know what I mean? Like big bosses and stuff like that and helping him out.
Her tenure as a sidekick was very short. It was again less as a sidekick and more like I'm going to teach you how to do the job and then you go on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I just feel like she just doesn't count. She's not a sidekick.
Well, okay, this is going to be very interesting then.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll figure it out when, because like there's a couple on my list that like are in a similar vein to Supergirl, but like again, they're more defined by their sidekickisms, and they spent more time as a sidekick, or they never really did anything when they went solo, and even when they went solo, like they weren't really solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I feel like all of these you're gonna be like, no, Tom, you can't. No, that's the same thing.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of sidekicks. So if you chose like 5 people that are like Supergirl, then yeah, I'm gonna be like that. That's exactly how I'm gonna be. But we gotta decide who's gonna go first.
Oh yeah, how are we gonna? Okay, so
flip a coin. I can roll a die.
Oh yeah, that's.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to be evens or odds?
I'll be odds.
By the way, which die do you want me to roll? I could roll anything from a D2 to a D1000.
Do a D20 because
you don't want a D1000.
Oh, D1000.
Yeah,
okay,
D1000.
Yeah, do a D1000.
All right, we got it. Whoa, I've never seen that before. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, rolling now, and the number is 75. Wow, we got 75 out of 1,000. Either way, it's odds. You go first, Tom.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back and forth.
Crack my fingers here.
Yes.
So my first pick is Connor Kent. Are you familiar with Connor Kent?
Oh, Superboy.
Superboy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He counts.
Okay, good.
Because he's only ever been a sidekick.
Yeah. So he goes by Connor Kent.
Also, you chose like the weirdest of the Superboys.
Why?
Because so the current Superboy, Superman's actual son is John Kent.
Yeah.
And then isn't Connor like a clone?
Yeah, so he was actually made from the genetics of Superman, Lois Lane, and Lex Luthor.
How old is he?
Right? I think he's like 18, 19, something like that.
Okay, so he's at the beginnings of his power. He's not he's not Superman yet, but he's powerful.
That's what I find very interesting on a lot of on a few of my picks, right? Like because they are, like usually when you find the sidekick of somebody, they're like the basic, like they're like a smaller version, right? They're like of the main character.
DC is the most guilty of that, but Marvel is also guilty of that.
And it's always funny because like they list let me use Connor Kent as
Does he have
example.
A name? Superboy, right?
So the AKA Superboy, right?
Superboy,
they also call him Connor Kent, but also they call him Con-El, Konel, Konel from the House of L, right?
Yeah.
But
Conal.
I know, right? That's when I was looking at it, I was like, is that Conel or Con-El? It's probably Con-El.
It's Con-El. Yeah.
Okay, so it lists his powers as tactile telekinesis, super strength, super speed, heat vision, X-ray vision, telescopic vision, flight, and invulnerability. Yeah. Basically, all the powers of Superman.
He has all the powers of Superman. Yeah.
Now, but what they always say at the end is they go like, but not to the extent of Superman.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean? It makes sense because when you follow Superman's story, like when he was their age, he wasn't as strong as he is now. Like it was the beginnings of his power.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, that tracks.
Yeah, I just like that. I just like that they could have just said he has Superman's powers,
right,
but just not as strong.
Not
as
developed.
All you had to say.
Yeah, you could have made it simple. All right, that's an excellent pick. Anything you want to add to that?
No, but I was worried. I was very glad that I got to pick first because I actually thought you were going to go for that. That was my one my first two are the ones I think you were
nothing
go
from
for.
Superman is on my list. I did think about John Kent, who I feel is like if we're talking about the Superboys, like of the sidekicks, John Kent is probably the most sidekick because he's still like I think 12 or whatever.
Yeah. And plus, that would sound more like Superboy. That makes more sense. Him being Superboy. When Connor Kent came out, he was
again,
it's
weird that he's a clone. You want to change it? I mean, it's the same power set.
Yeah, I know. No. We'll go with Connor Kent.
Okay, Connor Kent. Okay, my first pick. And the only one on my list that I think you legitimately might choose, so I'm going to get out of the way now. Wally West, Kid Flash.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't pick it, but I was very close.
And the reason that I chose Kid Flash is, number one, Flash is one of the most powerful superheroes in all of comics. Just the ability to rewind time, the ability to move through objects, the ability to who knows what else he can do. He's just the fastest man alive.
Yeah.
And the fact is, even as Kid Flash, Wally West is faster than Barry Allen. Mm-hmm. So he's actually, even in sidekick form, he can do more than Barry Allen can.
Yeah.
So
Which I find
West.
weird.
Also, Wally West is funny.
Yeah, he is.
I don't remember the reasoning for it, but Wally West, I think, is on record the fastest of the 5 Flashes. But yeah, so I choose Kid Flash for my number 1 pick.
That is a very good. Yeah. That is also. I mean, a lot of people, when you think about powers, you know what I mean, like speed. If you have super speed, that could almost trump anything else because you can't catch someone.
And for the record, it is solidified in the comics that Superman is nowhere near as fast as the Flash. It's not even close.
Oh yeah, obviously, that's why Flash is the fastest man alive.
Yeah. There's I don't know if I said this on this show, but there's a really great scene. I think it's in the Flashpoint comics, where I don't remember why, but Flash is really upset, and Superman's chasing after him because he wants to have a word with him, but Flash doesn't want to talk, right?
Yeah.
And so Flash is running. It's they're running across the ocean, and Superman's right behind him. And he's like, "Not now, Clark. I don't want to talk." Blah 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 blah. He's like, "Wally, yada yada yada." He goes, "Why? We've raced many times before. I'm just as fast as you. I've even won some of those races." Yeah. And then, it was Barry Allen, and Barry Allen turns around. And he goes, "That was for charity, Clark." And then he goes, "Boof!" And he just goes way faster than Clark can possibly catch up to. I just think it's such a small moment, it has nothing to do with combat or or overcoming adversity or anything like that. But in just that one little moment, it just shows how badass the Flash is.
And you know what? I really like that because I first of all, don't get me wrong, I love the Flash too, but I'm a huge Superman fan.
Yeah, I love Superman as well.
And I know there's a lot of Superman fans out there who hate that, and they're always so oh no, Superman's almost just as fast as Flash.
He's really not.
But I like the fact. I really love the fact that they make the Flash faster than Superman.
It's the one thing he has.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing he has, because if he's not, why even have him? Superman could do it then. You know what I mean?
Okay. But it's kind of like part of what makes Doctor Doom so cool. Because Doctor Doom is one of the smartest beings in the Marvel universe, right? He's got crazy good technology, and he's an amazing sorcerer and all this other stuff. But he's not actually the best at any of those things. He comes in second or third consistently. But when you put it all together, it makes him more than the sum of his parts, and he's obviously one of the most powerful villains out there. But it works the same for Superman, where it's Superman, is he the absolute fastest person in the DC universe? No, he's not. No. As a matter of fact, he might not even be second. Is he the absolute physically strongest? We were just going over some stuff yesterday. No, he's not. He might not even be in the top 10.
But if you look at everybody,
and he doesn't have. He's not immortal. He does age, and he can die. He has weaknesses. He's not the best at absolutely everything. But when you put all the parts together, he's fucking Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the greatest hero ever made, right? He's greater than some of his parts, but he's not as fast as the Flash.
Yeah, and I like that, because there needs to be that level of hey, this guy's faster than you.
It's if you're as fast as the Flash, what's the point of having the Flash on
Justice
League?
That's what I mean. Yeah, well, it's why even have him there?
Indeed. All right,
that's a
baton is passed back to you for your number 2 pick.
So my number 2 pick was the other person I thought you were going to go for.
Actually, wait. No. I get the wraparound.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so and then it'll come back. So I get another pick. So I'm going to pick the only other person on my list that you might have picked.
Damn it.
War Machine.
Oh,
was it really? Did I really get it?
I have War Machine on here now. I got to think of somebody else.
Yes. So Rhodey, he's amazing. He has most of the capabilities of Iron Man. Not all. He doesn't have most of the plasma blasting stuff, but he has higher like missile and like kinetic bullet artillery than Iron Man does.
Yeah, he has way more projectile type of armament.
Right,
like.
and he also has military training and flight training, so he's got that in his strength. But he's mostly just a slightly lesser Iron Man, without the technology, without the engineering ability though. So like if the suit breaks, it breaks. It's not like when Tony like it breaks and then he can like make up for it by like splicing something into his suit, you know what I mean? But no, he's basically, now you have Iron Man on your team. If Iron Man, diet Iron Man, War Machine.
Man, I can't believe you actually took. I was like, okay, let me see.
I was so happy that I got it out then.
That means I'm gonna actually have to like.
You have to actually look up one. You only brought enough.
Yeah, I only brought enough, and I'll have to look up one when I get there, I guess.
Well, I mean, we're there because it's your turn.
Okay, I think I got one, but I'm not gonna say it yet until it was when I was gonna reveal that I picked War Machine, which isn't yet. Okay, so you have so far it was
I have Kid Flash and War Machine. And you have Superboy.
So far I have Superboy Connor Kent. So my second pick was Donna Troy, who is the sidekick of Wonder Woman.
Okay, cool.
So the cool thing about with Donna Troy is this is another one of those like it's Wonder Woman, just not as strong.
How old is she? Is she also like in her late teens?
Yeah, I think she was in her late teens or early 20s.
So this is like Young Justice League. It's essentially you're putting in your Young Justice League.
So far, yeah. But I'm going to read off her powers only because there's one I did not know of. And
that Wonder Woman had?
That Donna only has one. I don't think Wonder Woman can do this power, but it says Donna has the ability to flawlessly imitate the voice of anyone she has heard.
Yeah, I don't think that's a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I've never seen or heard Wonder Woman ever do that.
I guess that's a fun subterfuge that could definitely come in useful. Mm-hmm. Also, like, she can have an amazing career as a voice actor.
Yeah, I know, right? They don't have to pay anyone like the big bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like she can just hear Morgan Freeman and then do his voice.
Exactly, it's exactly right.
But like, how do you know this could be Donna doing Tom's voice right now?
Oh my god!
Yeah. But I do want to read off that it says that
what's her superhero name? You got to start using superhero names, Tom.
Oh, she was she was Wonder Girl.
Okay, so you have Superboy and Wonder Girl.
Yeah, exactly. DC, man, I swear they need to like spend just a little bit more time with like their names here. But yeah, so Wonder Girl is also wields an indestructible sword and shield. She also retains her vast superhuman strength, speed, durability, stamina, senses, reflexes, agility, flight, and immortality.
Yeah, so same as Diana.
Yeah. I know, you're right. And then it literally does say, but not to the extent of Wonder Woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to be there, but it's like, you should know. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only one, though, that's interesting that you bring, that now that you said you have Kid Flash, his would be the one that wouldn't say that.
Yeah, his. But I mean, he also, and then this goes for your people as well, is Kid Flash may be faster than Barry, but he doesn't have Barry's experience.
Sir, can anybody hear me? Please, hear me. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, this is Fritz Frivolous. I need your help. I'm stuck. Somehow stuck inside the minds of Will and Tom. I need to escape. Please support them and their podcast. You can go to patreon.com/dudecouldyouimagine or leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Distract them long enough for me to break free. You can even leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Again, don't forget about me, Fritz Frivolous.
Yeah, that's
remember,
true.
He's still Kid Flash here.
Mm-hmm. So now do I get
You get another one. So you're on your third pick.
So on this one, I moved over to Marvel. And this is a character I didn't know about. I literally found her, and her name is Vivian, and she's Vision's daughter. And Vision actually created her, right?
Okay, hold up. Do we need to create a rule of, like, if you don't know the hero, can you really be picking them?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. It just feels I
wanted the strongest sidekicks there were.
I could have picked some crazy shit that I saw, but I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Should have picked.
How am I going to actively defend it? Because I don't really know. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what can Vivian do?
I don't really have to know that much because it's basically a girl version of Vision. right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She has
There
density
you go.
manipulation, superhuman strength, intangibility, flight, solar radiation absorption.
She's got the vision.
She has a
powers.
computer brain, holographic projections, and camouflage.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so she basically, you know what I mean? She's a
Vision, yeah.
younger female version of Vision.
Here's a question: who do you think would win in a fight, Vision or Martian Manhunter?
Wow, you know what's weird is I don't know if there could ever be a winner. I think it would be a huge stalemate because they both possess the power of intangibility.
Yeah, but it's not on all the time.
Yeah, it may not be on like all the time, but but they could keep it on indefinitely from what I understand.
Yeah, but also when they're intangible, they can't affect anything. So like it's a perfect defense, but you can't be offensive with it on.
Hence why I would think it's going to be stalemate. Like, you know what I mean?
They're not just going to walk away from each other if it's like, no, I need to stop you.
Yeah, I you know what? It's just
my question was who would win in a fight to the death, Dom?
It's too tough to determine.
The answer is Martian Manhunter, but we'll
Martian
move on.
Manhunter.
Yes,
I think
100%.
it would be Vision.
Martian Manhunter has the
Are
strength
we talking about
of
Vision
Superman.
with the Mind Stone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mind Stone ain't shit compared to Martian Manhunter. Are you kidding me?
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, Martian Manhunter versus Mind Stone. I don't know about
Martian
that.
Manhunter literally has the strength of Superman. Like all he has to do is get his hands on
think
Vision.
Mind Stone is stronger than Superman too.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
what is Vision going to do with this Mind Stone that's going to take out Martian Manhunter? Please elaborate.
he's going to use the power of the Mind Stone, and it'll crush him. To death.
That's not.
I don't know
what
what he would do, but
So
I don't think that he's any more powerful. Like, you know what I mean?
But he is. He blatantly is.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
Martian
know about
Manhunter is a world ender. Like, he could end worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Vision can't end worlds.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know much about Martian Manhunter. I don't know Martian Manhunter as well as like I do with Vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Vision's great, but it's often the problem you get with DC, where it's like DC's like the same thing except for times 10 in power.
Yeah.
But okay, so your last two picks were, are we on my picks?
Yeah, I think. Wait, yeah, we're gonna get on yours because I did Donna Troy or Wonder Girl, and then I did Vision's daughter. Yeah.
Does she have a superhero name?
You know what? I think it's just Vivian. If I remember right, I don't think that it had like a superhero name attached to it.
Okay. Well, we will come back to mine. My next pick is also from the Marvel Universe, and I don't remember her full name. I do remember her first name, which is Laura, but she's more commonly known as X-23.
Oh, you can't do that!
Why?
Because you already picked War Machine, and no, you can't do that. And I was going to pick X-23 next.
Well, I'm sorry, man. You picked Vivian, who you don't even know. You don't even know who she is.
Who's your other choice? Because I'm just going to take that for you.
I'm not going to. I mean, we'll see.
Give me your list.
So X-23 is she is a female clone of Logan Wolverine, and she actually was sidekick to Wolverine for quite some time before she went off on her own and became the new Wolverine. But while she was X-23, she essentially has all of Wolverine's powers. Minus the adamantine metal coating. She doesn't have that on her bone claws, but she does have both hand and feet claws, so she has twice as many claws to work with. On top of that, she's been trained from a very young age essentially since she was a child, she's been trained as an assassin and like a psyops military combatant. So she's not as physically strong as Wolverine, but she has way more extensive training. And Wolverine has extensive training, but she has more extensive training.
They try to do essentially the same thing, basically, that they did with Logan, right? Like make her into.
Well, with Logan, they had the X project, right? So they put the adamantium in him and they wiped his memories, and they have trained him. But again, they found him as an adult. Like her, they created from a baby and then raised her, and then basically trained her from every moment of her waking life. Yeah. So she's, in a lot of ways, more deadly than Wolverine. I believe she's defeated Wolverine a couple times. But he's defeated her a couple times too. And yeah, so X-23. She's Wolverine light, or no, I wouldn't even say that. She's another version. If Wolverine's Dr. Pepper, she's Dr. Pepper Cherry.
Which I love, Dr. Pepper Cherry.
It's a good soda. Anything you want to add to my X-23 pick?
you can't use her anymore because I was going to use her.
Are you desperately looking for someone else?
I am now looking for somebody else. That's why I seem distracted.
I'm hoping my next pick doesn't upset you more.
So, wait, you're going to
so my pick number 4, Damian Wayne.
Oh, I did not pick. Okay.
The greatest and most powerful of the 4 Robins.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of similarities here between Damian and X-23. Damian's not a clone. He's actually Bruce Wayne's biological son, and his mother is Talia al Ghul. He was raised in secret by the League of Shadows and Talia, and Bruce didn't know he had a child until she drops Damian off on his ass. And I believe Damian's like 8 years old at the time. And by that time, Damian was already a proficient and accomplished assassin at 8 years old. So for the first 8 years of his life, he was trained as a League of Shadows assassin by the greatest assassins in the world. And then he becomes Robin and becomes the how do you say this? Like the most combat effective of the Robins. So of all 4 Robins, one could argue that Tim Drake might be the smartest. Although now with Damian Wayne, that might not be true because Damian also has, Bruce's intelligence. But Damian Wayne is without a doubt the most deadly of the 4 Robins. And that's another thing is, at least for the first half of his tenure as a sidekick, he had no compunctions with killing. I don't know how that's going for him now, but obviously Bruce is trying to pull him away from the dark side, if you will. Damian's a little shit.
Damian, he had his handful with Damian.
Yeah. But Damian is, you don't fuck with Damian. You just don't fuck with Damian Wayne. He's a fucking psycho.
He didn't have, what do they call that when people who are what is that, a sociopath?
Yeah, he was a bit sociopathic.
Yeah, because he did not have the no any
moral
type
compass,
of empathy or moral compass.
That's how he was raised by the League of Shadows.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was definitely something that Batman had to now try to correct. Mm-hmm. But Batman also gave him the tools to be even more like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know.
That being said, Damian's best friend is John Kent, and they have quite a few comic adventures together. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, as one would expect, I'm sure John Kent has had a very good influence over Damian Wayne. So yeah, Damian Wayne is my Bat Family pick, and I think all the other Robins in when it comes to just 1-to-1 to the death, the other ones don't quite measure up.
Okay.
All right, back to you. So you're going to get picks 4 and 5, and then I'll get the final pick.
Yeah. So I did not get to use War Machine, which was the one I really wanted,
or X-23,
which was my backup. So
wait, did I take War Machine and then I took your backup when you picked it right here?
Yes, that's what I was saying. I was like, it's not fair, man.
That's so funny.
So my backup to my backup is now, because I had to scramble and do really quick research just by glancing with my eyeballs while you're talking. Excuse me. And that is Miss Marvel. I'm gonna pick her.
Ooh, I don't know if you can pick this one, man.
Why not?
Are you talking about Kamala Khan?
Yeah.
Because she's not a sidekick.
Well, right here, it says that...
she was temporarily here and there, but she started her tenure as her own hero in early high school.
But then she became a sidekick. So she is a sidekick, or was a sidekick.
Yeah, but she became a sidekick as the same hero that she always was, and she's more defined as not being a sidekick. She's got a very successful solo line from years back now.
I mean, technically, so does X-23. You could look at it that way, too, if you wanted to, X-23 before Logan finds her.
Yeah, but she doesn't become her. She doesn't get her own comic until later, but she becomes Wolverine.
Also, War Machine... Well, I guess it...
No, War Machine's always been a sidekick.
I guess it depends on if you look at the other version where he steals the suit first without Tony knowing, and then he can...
But either way, in the narronarrative, he operates as a sidekick.
Well, you got to give me something here, man.
Kamala Khan. I'm fine. You can have Kamala Khan.
Or Groot.
I am
technically, Groot is sidekick to Rocket Raccoon.
Sure, I'll take that.
Okay, so Groot, right?
Uh-huh.
It's... Groot is, like I said, sidekick to Rocket Raccoon, and... But he's actually considered one of the more powerful sidekicks in the Marvel universe. He's more intelligent than people give him credit for, despite he only says, "I am Groot."
I am Groot.
Which, funnily enough, I like how Thor understands him, and he's like, Oh yeah, I had to take Groot when as an elective.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's primarily his strength that makes Groot a force to be reckoned with. Groot's determination to protect those he cares about, as well as his ability to survive fights that would kill others, makes him a powerful figure. If you're wondering why that sounds like I was reading something, it's because because I had to pick a backup of a backup of a backup.
You really did. I burned through War Machine, X-23, and Kamala Khan.
Yeah. But my final pick.
Okay, so you actually do have someone ready.
I do have someone that I wanted to, and I chose this
for last.
Sidekick because so let me just explain a little bit.
Okay.
So I have your I have powerhouses, right?
You have
Wonder Girl and
yes,
and
two
Superboy.
powerhouses.
They're
there,
two
yeah.
powerhouses.
Who are your other picks? I can't remember.
Then I have someone
who you don't know about, but you picked
who I don't
anyways.
know, but is not just another powerhouse. But now I have someone that's going to be able to calculate. They're smart. They have the brain.
Yeah, sure. She's a brains of the operation. Sure.
Then I have Groot, who's someone who's going to be loyal, and they're probably going to be the one that, like, you know, they're kind of more like
Groot's got use, but I'm finding it hard to like fit that. What role does he play? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going to be the one that like ties. I feel
like he's the divergent, or not divergent. He's the distractor. He could be the distraction.
Like, and he's also like, I feel like, I don't know, he would be the one that's like, you know, he pulls the group together. You know what I mean? Like he's like
he's
like
the heart
that
of
type
the team.
of person. Yeah, you know. I know we've
team.
seen him as like a teenager and like a, you know.
Yeah, but you're like talking about adult Groot.
But adult Groot was more like he's like, you know, he's like kind of more like people like, let's all get along, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this last person, this is the one that I would really feel like he heads the team. Right?
Oh, you picked a leader.
Yeah, he's like he because I think every team needs a leader, right?
Yeah, no,
he
I think you're right. I didn't really think about that.
He's not just he has experience, right? He has experience. He's older. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he knows, you know, like a little more. He's wise. And then his powers.
I think I know who you chose. But
so
go ahead.
yeah, so I have like superpowers. You're like, I have the genetic ones. I have the God superpowers, and then I have like technology power, right? And then I have the nature power with Groot.
Yeah.
This is gonna cover all other bases, which is magic, and I chose Wong.
Well, heroes like the Avengers protect the world from physical dangers. We sorcerers safeguarded against more mystical threats.
Wong is actually in the comics.
Wong from the comics specifically. You have to be specific here because
It's
Wong from the movies
comics,
is not a sidekick.
Yes, yeah, so Wong from the comics.
Okay.
Is actually servant to Doctor Strange, right? He actually like
doesn't get more sidekick than that.
Yeah, exactly, right.
What are his abilities in the comics?
So he is a master of martial arts. In Carmitage, he actually does gain the title of master for the martial arts.
Okay, but what about magic? He doesn't do magic.
No, he does do magic,
okay.
and he's actually a master. Or no, not. Well, yeah, actually, I think he does gain master rank for the use of magic, but. It says specifically he's well acquainted with the dark arts as serving to Strange. So
what does that mean?
Because in the magic world, right, you know how like there's like the dark arts which you're not supposed to dabble with, but they're more powerful. So I was like, okay,
that's very
you know what,
vague.
Wong,
that's very vague.
I mean, you know, that's
we
what
call
it
that
says.
a dark art. Well, what qualifies it as a dark art?
I think what they consider a dark art is something that like takes life, like, you know what I mean, like
so it's blood magic.
Maybe. Like, I don't know. They don't, you know, they never explain that. The magic's
I don't
not
know.
Real.
That
they
sounds
can't really go
iffy
and
to
explain
me.
it. But that's what it's written here.
Sure.
So it's there.
Yeah, sure.
So I got Wong.
Yeah, so he's a magician and master martial artist.
Yeah, magician and master martial artist. You can't go wrong with Wong.
No, you can't. Yeah, Wong's great.
So that was my 5.
Okay, so let's recap for you real quick.
Before you do
before I do my final 5.
So
Superboy,
Wonder Girl, Vivian, which is Vision's daughter.
God, that one annoys me, but go ahead. Because you don't know who she is. Sorry.
Hey, she's powerful. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't really know. And like, I don't know her enough to argue against, like, you know, how powerful. What has she done? I don't fucking know. Does she have a comic book?
But
no.
the listeners are going to do that.
I
bet you there's some listeners out there
like
who know more.
3 listeners who are like, oh yeah, I saw her once and she was okay.
And she's going to annihilate Will's team. Okay, so Vivian, and then Groot, and then Wong.
You know, now I think about it, if she's from the There's a comic book where Vision creates a fake family. If she's from that comic line, I don't know if she is around anymore. But anyways, I digress. Yeah. Okay, that's your team. So my final pick is one that I knew you weren't going to pick because you probably don't know this person exists. I own comics with this individual, and they are very powerful. As powerful as some very major heroes. This is a Marvel character.
Wait, can I guess before you say it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll give you 3 guesses. Go.
Is his name Scout?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's it. Because when I was researching, I was going to do him until I found out something about him, and I was like,
"Who is Scout?"
Have you heard of the Sentry?
Oh, the Sentry. You know, yeah.
He was supposed to be almost as powerful as Scout, but then I found out when I was reading that he was very prone to like mental. I think it was like mental. Well, he was unstable. Basically,
so is the Sentry.
Yeah, so is Sentry, and so like after that, I was like, that might prove, not good for me. So
yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'll give you another guess. It's a female character.
Oh, I can't. I still can't think who.
So her name, her lay name, her everyday name is Cindy Moon, and she is the character Silk, who is a Spider-Man clone. As a matter of fact, she's a female clone of Spider-Man. Actually, no. I misspoke. That is not true. She was a classmate of Peter's, and she was bitten by the same spider.
Oh, wow.
But she was captured early on and kept in isolation for years. Before she finally escaped her isolation. Who? Oh God!
Was it like Oscorp or someone?
No, but it was some fucking secret scientist bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Something to do with a cure. I don't remember. Her parents were kidnapped too. Anyways,
okay. No, that's interesting because I never heard of.
But she emerges, I think, in her early 20s. Like she finally manages to get out. She is trained by Spider-Man before she gets the Silk. So technically, it's Cindy Moon, not Silk, because Silk is the thing when she kind of goes solo. Except for she's one of those characters where it's like she got like a mini series one time, and then she does guest appearances now.
Oh, really?
But that being said, she has all the same powers as Spider-Man, with one caveat, or 2 caveats. One, she's slightly weaker physically, but she's much faster, so she's very speedy. And the other thing is, she has this ability to create like spider-like claws from her hands, and they're kind of like retractable. She doesn't have them all the time. She can make them, or she can pull them back.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, she's identical to Spider-Man. She has the strength, the speed, the Spidey sense, the webbing.
Is her webbing though?
It's organic. Webbing.
It's organic.
She has organic
webbing.
Okay. Which I guess Peter Parker from the 616 does not have.
Yeah, he has web shooters.
But she does have it. I'm trying to think what else. What else are Spider-Man's powers?
Does she have spider sense?
Yeah, she has the spider sense.
The tingle.
She also has an interesting ability for some reason of being able to sense any spider powered person. She can track them down without issue. Like she can hone in on them.
Oh wow!
So whether it's Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, or any of the Spider-Men, Scarlet Spider, any of them, she can track them down.
So that means she probably has that ability to connect to the Spider-Verse or whatever they call it with Madam Web and all that?
Yes, she's part of the Spider-Verse. I think she joins the team like the Web of Life or something like that, where it's like it's her, Miles Morales, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, and someone else I'm forgetting. But yeah, she's like on that squad where they do things sometimes. Either way, she's actually a really cool character. The only thing about her that I think fans kind of don't like or hold against her is that Spider-Man has, much like Batman, has way too many like bat people.
Yeah, I know.
Spider-Man has way too many spider people. There's a Scarlet Spider, and there's like 5 like popular alternate universe versions of him, and then there's other clones, and then there's Spider-Girl, and then there's Spider-Woman, and then there's Ultimate Universe's Black Widow, and then in 2015, here comes Silk.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I like her. I think she's a really cool character, and I prefer her to a lot of the other Spider characters. But because she's so late in the game, she doesn't feel as original as some of those other characters do.
But that's cool. I never actually learned anything about
Silk. So it's like basically I got a Spider person, a Wolverine clone, a War Machine clone, a kid version of the Flash, and a kid version of Batman. Basically, it's my team. But for the full recap, it is my first pick was Kid Flash, Wally West. My second pick was War Machine. My third pick was X-23. My fourth pick was Damian Wayne. And my fifth pick was Silk, or Cindy Moon.
That sounds like a good team too.
Yeah. And
so this is going to be a very interesting battle. For all of you out there, we're very interested to know, who do you think will win?
I will say I think you have the leg up on me, and the real leg up I do have, and my one big chance for winning is the fact that 2 of my characters are like world-class assassins. Yeah. So it's about them not being picked up before and picking off a couple of your people before we engage even.
Yeah.
And if anyone can do that, I think X-23 and Damian Wayne can pull it off.
Yeah, those are going to be the tough ones, I think, out of your team.
And then Kid Flash is luckily much faster than anyone else on the field, so he can also, like, I think, keep the Superboy character distracted. And then as for Groot, I'm not that scared of Groot, actually.
You should be.
What the fuck's Groot going to do against War Machine?
I don't know.
War Machine's just going to burn him to the ground. Who else was on your team? The Wonder Woman. Ooh, she's tough.
Wonder Girl.
I think Wonder Girl. Sorry, my bad. But I think
Get it right.
I think Silk can keep her distracted as the others are getting assassinated, and then we can regroup to start like crowding around some more of your powerhouses.
See, I don't know, because then
Damian
at that
Wayne
point,
is as smart as Vivian, at least.
I was gonna say you still got Vivian and Wong, who I think are going to be able to.
Wong's deadly.
You know, because Wong's magic.
Okay, well, Wong's the one who I'm probably gonna have assassinated first. So it's like they need to kill the leader, and I think I'm gonna send Damian Wayne to do it because Wong's probably aware that X-23 exists and probably is familiar with Wolverine. So I think Damian Wayne, who's from a different universe and is probably the better assassin of the 2, I think he has the better chance of getting in on Wong and getting that kill.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Wong's magic is going to wreak havoc in the first place,
right?
But then with someone like Vivian,
which is why he has to be assassinated.
First. And I don't think that's easy to assassinate one of the master magicians.
That's why I hired the best assassin in the world.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, best assassin, master sorcerer.
We'll see what happens.
But we are very interested to hear from you guys on who do you think will win, Team William or Team Thomas. And we will post a link. We'll probably tweet it out and put it on the Instagram for everyone to click on, and then that way you can make your vote. Also, you know what? We're really interested to know what kind of teams would you guys make? If do you guys feel like we pick the better characters, or do you guys have other characters you would put on your team? Please let us know in the comments, and we would love to hear from you. And dude, could you imagine?
The podcast you have just heard are the imaginings from the highly evolved minds of the extra-dimensional beings, Will and Tom. It has been translated into a format more easily understood by the human mind. Interpret it as you will. Should you find yourself seeking more answers to life's most intriguing mysteries, you can show your support by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/dude-could-you-imagine. You can also leave an Apple Podcasts review. You can subscribe to us on Instagram at dude_could-you-imagine, on Twitter at DCYimagine, and on our YouTube channel, where you can leave a like and a comment. We can also be reached through our email, dudecouldyoimagine@gmail.com. We leave you now so that you may gather your thoughts, until we meet again, to ponder the meaning of the cosmos and ask, dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
The only other person on my list that you might have picked.
Damn it.
War Machine.
Oh, you...
Was it really? Did I really get it?
I have War Machine on here now. I got to think of somebody else.